People were talking about this Zi Wei under the Zi Wei star itself. It's going to be a very, very emperor case. Zi Wei is an emperor in the star. Let's say if your self palace, if your main palace, there is a Zi Wei. In the Olden Testament is that you will be the king, you will be the emperor. I think that is a nonsense. Let's put it this way. In the modern context, there's no way you can become a king, there's no way you can become an emperor, or there's no way you can become a president. And even if as a president of the country, there's only one president. So there are so many people who have a Zi Wei in their chart. The question is, you will never become a Zi Wei. You will never become an emperor or a president. But from the context of Zi Wei is this. Zi Wei is just a representation of the character of the person. So Zi Wei means that they will behave like a emperor. So how does an emperor behave? First of all, they don't listen to orders. They give orders. They tell people what to do. And because of that, they are always commanding people and directing people on things that they have to do. So they are the commander. They behave like a king. They are stubborn. They are obstinate. They don't listen to other people's advice. But having said that, being stubborn is one thing. Because as an emperor, they can be very lonely. Nobody trusts him. He also don't trust people. So he's a very lonely person. He got no friends. But he got the power. This is something interesting. He got the power, but doesn't mean that he got the power. Means that he believed that he had the authority, he believed that he got the power, but in actual fact, he will just behave as such, but doesn't mean that he will be. He may not have the power, he may not have the authority, but he may not have the money, but he will behave as such. So this is how a Zi Wei star will behave in the main palace, within the palaces itself. What else can we talk about? Zi Wei is king, right? Is emperor, right? So when they spend money, they also spend a lot. If they had $1,000, they'll spend $1,000. They don't care. They don't have the luxuries of having a lot of money, especially when they are not really so rich. But they'll still spend. The way that they spend, they will behave like a Zi Wei itself. So there's something to understand about character of this Zi Wei Dosu. It means that Zi Wei in Zi Wei Dosu itself. It's not saying that everybody will be the king. It's not like that. So just be a bit more mindful. The stars just represent the character. That's all. How they behave, their environment, their surrounding, so on and so forth. You see. But of course, Zi Wei is just based on this star itself. There's a lot to explain, but this is just a brief information about Zi Wei in Zi Wei Dosu as a character in terms of description.